Hey, you guys, it's me, Tandra Campbell, and welcome to 2018. Man, 2017 was such a fantastic year for me. I'm going to be real honest with you. I think it may have started off a little rocky, but as no, I don't really think it did. I think it really was a really good year, but so much happened. And I was sitting here actually working on my goals for 2018. I started writing them, of course, before 2018 came in. But I'm looking over them now and just seeing where I am and what needs to be done and going over them. And I always get these really cute journals like this one here. I don't know if you can see it with the glare. Grace upon grace, and it has all these really great scriptures in them. And then, some other really cute notebooks to keep notes in. These are really important because you have to write the vision. You have to write the goals. And then that way you can go back, check on them, and see what you've done and what needs to be done. And it's really fun too because you get to see it on paper. And after you achieve them and you go and you check it off, man, it's like, oh my God, I did it. So 2017 was a phenomenal year for me. Definitely achieved a lot of goals. Met some really wonderful people, made some good relationships. But I'm more so looking forward to going into 2018. I have some huge things planned. And as it goes, we are walking in purpose. So it's working out for us. But today, uh, goal reaching your goals is not what I'm here to talk about today, but stay tuned because my whole premise for 2018 is the gold digger. And you know that when people use the term gold digger, they've managed to make it a very negative situation. But being a gold digger is not a gold digger is not negative, right? That's something great. So let me put these down. That's actually something great, right? God made the gold, so why wouldn't we want to dig for the gold? That sounds ridiculous to me. So I am a gold digger and a gold digger. So don't let them get it. Don't get it twisted. All right. So today, though, you guys, I was going through my notes and I thought I'd make a quick video because I'm looking at what did I learn that was so significant for me in 2017. There was a shift somewhere along the way that gave me a whole new understanding of being peaceful and being present. So I'm in Chicago with a group of folks, and we're doing some training out there. And we had a speaker come in, and his name was Todd Musselman. Very good speaker. I had never heard of Todd before, and so obviously I'd never seen him before. But me at these things, I always sit on the front row because all the information is there in the front row. I don't want to miss anything. So I'm on the front row, and Todd comes in very low key, has on a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, and not a white t-shirt, but a blue t-shirt, light blue t-shirt, if it even matters, but you had to be there. And he looked very calm. And if you've ever been to the beach communities in California, he's is what we would consider a beach bum. You know, he's just very laid back. No disrespect if Todd should ever get to see this video. But I loved his energy because it was so relaxed. And again, we were at a training function, so there's a lot of management, corporate level people there, and people are a little bit uptight. Todd made the energy very calm. And what he spoke about was to be present. Okay. So, to be present, and I'm thinking, all right, Todd, let's go. Be present. What do you mean? And he's talking, and probably for the first 10 minutes, I'm in, I'm not in, I haven't totally bought in. But what he said was to be present simply means to be in that moment. And I thought, well, yeah, I'm here. I'm listening to you. I'm in the moment, Todd. Got it. Thank you very much. Yeah, good stuff. However, as Todd continued to speak, I started to understand exactly what he meant by being present. It meant to live in that moment, that very moment. Not next week, not an hour from now, not lunchtime. Why this became relevant to me is because during the time that Todd was speaking, all types of things was running through my mind. What I needed to do once this was over. I needed to check my email. I need to call back to Atlanta, make sure everything's okay. There was some training material that I had to get finalized. Oh my God, I got to make some phone calls. There was like a million things that I had to do. So as Todd's speaking, I'm listening to Todd or I'm hearing something that Todd's saying, but I wasn't in the present. So some of the information that he was given was very relevant, but I missed it. Although I was listening, I wasn't paying attention because I wasn't in the present. I was there, but my mind was on everything else. Very powerful stuff once I started to get it. So as he's speaking, right? So now I'm thinking, okay, I get it. So I'm putting my cell phone down now, right? Putting my pen down, and I'm sitting up on the edge of my seat, and I'm thinking, I'm listening to what Todd's saying now. I'm going to be in the present. But one of the things he explained about being in the present is just like it is for us to think negatively without thinking about thinking negatively, automatically our brain goes to negative thoughts. You have to think positive. There's so many mottos, and people tell us all the time, think positive, think positive. You never, ever have to tell anybody to think negative. And I say this all the time in all of my videos because that is really important to know that. If you were to audit your brain and monitor what you think about when you're not thinking to think, but just let it go, let the brain go. And man, all kinds of negative stuff that's going on in your life or going on in the world will come to your brain. You literally have to stop yourself and tell yourself to think positive. And that's the same concept with living in the present. So one of the things that I started to realize about that was if I'm talking on the phone or hanging out or talking to anyone, honestly, and we could be having a face-to-face conversation, and although I'm listening to you and I'm nodding and I'm, oh my God, oh, are you serious? Is that what happened? You know, I'm going through the motions. But the moment that I'm not doing all that extra stuff, my mind actually went somewhere else. And the longer you talk, the further my mind would go. Right? That wasn't being in the present. One of the things I also realize is that when I'm driving in the car, my mind is all over the place. And most of us take the same route back and forth, or we may visit the same stores or whatever, and it becomes almost like an autopilot thing when you get in your car. You know, it just goes, right? And when I got back from that training and I started to implement some of the ideas, one of the things I noticed is that when I was in the car, I'm thinking about all these other things. But when I started to live in the present and I started to use some of those concepts, and I know I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but I had to bring this point in. When I started to live in the present, I started to notice different things. I started to notice different stores on my route that I never noticed before. Because usually I was just on autopilot. I wasn't really paying attention to where I was going or what was happening around me. The trees look different. I never even noticed that that beautiful tree was over there. I never noticed certain things that were there right in front of my eyes until I decided to be in the present at that moment. And so back to the training. So we're listening, and he's talking about living in the moment, and you know, that whole concept of stopping and smelling the roses. We've heard that a lot, and I'm thinking, whoever stops and smells roses, right? Well, stop and smell the roses, so to speak, and it is figuratively speaking, of course. But if you stop for a minute, when you are with your family, for instance, I have three grandsons now, and the 4 and 5-year-old loves to have your attention, and they will do cartwheels, flips, put on a clown suit, do all it takes to get your attention. And half the time, Gigi's working, and I'm Gigi, which is a really cool grandmother name. Because if you look at me, I probably don't look like, no, I don't look like a grandma. So, nevertheless, so Gigi's working, or I'm on my phone, and it's funny because my grandson drew a picture of me at school with this attached to my ear because I am always on the phone with trainings and webinars. But nevertheless, when they come in to talk to me, and they're so cute, I want to hear what they're saying, but I'm so busy, and I'm like, oh my God, yeah, you know, that whole thing that you do, and I'm not really hearing what they're saying, right? But when you start to live in the present, what that meant was to stop what you're doing, Gigi, and pay attention to what the kids are saying and stay focused right there on them and what they're saying. Don't think about what I have to do 10 minutes from now. Don't think about what I did 10 minutes from now. And just stay in that conversation with them and enjoy those moments. And when you start to implement that in your everyday life, and it's going to take a lot of work to do that because I'm still learning to do it. I'm still learning. But now that I know it and I understand the concept and the benefit that I got from staying in the moment, right? It's really, really positive, and it kills a lot of stress. A lot of times we are so focused and stressed out on, let's just say, finances, right? A lot of times you're not able to get any sleep at night because you're worried about the bills, or you can't enjoy something as simple as a television show or a movie or things like that because you're worried about things. But if you're living in the moment as to what's happening at this very moment in your life, and you live that concept day to day, moment to moment, and build that momentum, think of how less stressful your life would be because you're not worried. I'll let that sink in for a minute. You're not worried about what's ahead of you or worried about what has happened and what's behind you, right? Don't look back. That's gone. You can't go back and change anything. Rest in peace yesterday. You were fantastic, but you are no more. Now, I'm not saying don't ever think about your past, but don't dwell on your past. Don't live in your past. Take what you need from your past so that it can make you better for the future. And it also doesn't mean don't think about your future. You have to set goals. You have to plan for your future, right? But if you're going to live in your future already, it needs to be done in a creative visualization type of deal, which means you have to see the beauty in your future, not a cup half full future, right? So you have to see, for instance, for me, it's on my boat, I have a chaparral, I'm laying on the deck, and there are crabs, and there's beer, and my good friends are there, but after a while they get off, of course, and there's a cabin cruiser that sleeps fine, and I'm spending this time on my boat. I can smell the ocean water as I think about and I creatively visualize that. Now, that's not being in the present, right? That's creating my new present, right? Creative visualization. So, again, I just wanted to help you guys today and talk about being in the present because it really did work well for me. And again, it takes a lot of work, so only dream takers can handle information like this. So if you're not a dream taker, this coffee talk was definitely not for you. But for all you dream takers, 2018 is the year of the goal digger. You have to make goals. You have to set objectives. And I'm here to help you guys with that this year. So I need you to support me as I support you. Remember, my goal, I inspire to aspire you to live in your potential, be the best that you can be, and don't be afraid to follow a dream, actually to take a dream. You don't want to keep following it. You want to get it, grab it by the horns, and live every single day as if it's your last day and you get to live in that fantastic dream. So with that said, I am Tandra Campbell with the Power Team Development Group. If you guys are looking for your training needs, whether it's individual counseling, coaching, whatever you guys need for your small businesses, we can help you do that. All right, customized programs to help your business grow. And remember, training never stops. You never stop learning. So thank you guys for tuning in, and happy Java Kisses to you, and welcome to 2018, the year of the gold digger.